Dan Wexler is just plugging in like an expert. Dan Wexler is an alum of DreamWorks, and he and his partner wrote a bunch of tools that were used to create movies like Shrek and Ant and other movies that make my little boy buy a zillion toys.
That's right.
But it's great stuff, and you're here to show an app called Glaze.
That's right, and everyone's been using my iPad here, so I'm going to clean stuff up.
It's true. Should he get extra time? I don't know if Seth will allow that, but I would, if you guys vote for 30 extra seconds, literally everyone has been using Dan's iPad.
It's the only one who brought one that worked.
All right. Do we get a yay for 20 extra seconds for Glaze? It'll be worth it. It's a cool app. All right. You get the 20 extra seconds. Let's go.
Well, hi, Gina.
Hi, Dan. Dan Wexler. 11ers.
This actually works.
So Glaze is an app that...
Glaze is a photo manipulation app. It's designed to take the photos that you've created and turn them into beautiful painted works of art. So I'll go through and I'll show a few of the basic modes that we have.
Quickly?
Yeah, I can go through and do it, and we can talk a little bit while it's going on. And got some beautiful images here from some of our friends. And like most of the photo manipulation apps, there's a simple mode called a studio mode. That has some preset styles on the bottom, and after I show a little bit of this, I'll show you some of the more advanced features and some of the pro features that we're actually launching today. We're announcing today our new version, which has just been submitted to the App Store and will be available in a couple of weeks, or a week, let's hope. And
I should add that he's got an iPad 3 here, and this thing is downgrading him to pixelated images.
Yeah, we got 3 megapixels here in front of me that
sad.
I'm creating, and about a 1/4 megapixel up on the display here, so kind of degrades the quality a little bit. But as you can see, what Glaze does is some fairly sophisticated photo analysis of the image. It looks for faces, it looks for patterns in the image, and then it actually uses an artificial intelligence algorithm to actually paint the image. It has a physical deposition model for the paint, and it can get some really great looks. And a pretty wide range of styles. And one of the things, we ship with 30 of these default styles, and in the upgrade version, we actually have another 30 which will be available through in-app purchase. You get a little sampler of each one. And so you can use these pre-canned styles. They generate really beautiful images, but one of the things that really differentiates Glaze, and one of the reasons why my partner Gilles and I decided to write Glaze, was because we love playing with these algorithms. We love playing with algorithms that make beautiful images. And so we actually developed Glaze with a workshop mode, which allows you to create your own styles. So here's another beautiful image, and we can actually start perhaps with some of the pre-canned styles here. And then once we've generated a few of these styles, we can actually blend them together to create our own styles.
So any picture you take.
That's right. You can take any image. And in fact, the one I'm using here, it comes from a professional camera. It was done through a beautiful SLR. It's a nice 9 megapixel image. And you can glaze any resolution, and in the new version you can actually output these high resolution images.
Up to 21 megapixels.
That's
you
right.
Told me
so
on the
we
phone.
have some fairly high resolution support.
So that means you could make a really big poster or a really tiny thing and not look like this.
Yeah, in fact, I brought a number of the giclée prints that we do, which are very professional museum quality prints, so you can come and take a look at them in a little bit better quality than what you're seeing on the screen here. What I'm doing here in the workshop mode is actually just generating some random styles, which you can use to seed some of the looks that you like. So when you find something you like this one, you can store it in your palette here, and then you can actually just blend 2 different styles in the palette to create a completely new style.
It's like a mashup, a photo mashup.
That's right, and there are hundreds of parameters that go into each of these glazes, and it would be really confusing to have to control them with a slider or something like that, or hundreds of sliders. So this way of visually blending them together is really appealing.
You guys are self-funding this. I'm guessing you tested this, and moms probably... Somebody said that
well,
moms all become doctors and photographers by the time the kid's 8.
Well, fortunately, coming from the film industry, we have a lot of friends who are very professional in terms of both creating images and in doing this kind of imagery. And so we worked very closely with them to try and figure out an interface that was both easy to understand and gave you this sort of infinite realm of possibilities that you could develop. And of course, a really big focus on quality for us, because that's what we're about. We come from doing stuff that is the highest quality. And so in that vein, what we've done now with this nice high-resolution image, let's stop this automatic mode, you can actually store it out, and it will, you can share it in all the normal ways, and you can actually...
Can you send a postcard? Or?
You can send a postcard. In our new version,
That's
there's
cool.
a lovely in-app feature from a company here in San Francisco called Sincerely, where you can actually send a postcard from within the app to anyone in the world. And we're also working on some more high-quality printing options. So now we've saved it out to the gallery here, so let's switch over to the gallery. Go back to the albums here and to my camera roll where I just saved this one. And if we zoom in here, you can see that there's some pretty good detail here with the brush strokes. The brush strokes are deposited on the canvas and then shaded, so they get a very nice thick and different looks we can get for different kinds of paints like acrylics or oils and so forth.
I've got a question from Julie, our show photographer, and also she works with, she's our photographer at A New Domain. Julie, what was your question?
My question is, what happens to the pixels? Do you use the resolution? Change it?
No, of course it does not modify your original image. It saves out new images for you, so it doesn't adjust that. And actually, one of the nice things is that you can actually pass these images to multiple photo apps. One of the things that this class of people do with iPhones is called iPhoneography, which is that they take these images and they apply a series of filters to them. So you can take your original image, process it in Glaze, and then send it off perhaps to iPhoto or to any of the other applications and do additional modifications. And each of those applications tends to preserve the original source images without modifying them and create a new one, either to save to the gallery or to pass on to another application.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dan, you were talking about different printing options. So are you partnering with, like I had a print done on wood.
Okay.
Are you?
Do you have print options?
So we have the Sincerely option, and unfortunately we've not been able to find a vendor that can do fulfillment for the high-quality giclée prints that we want. It's something we're looking into personally because we would really like to be able to have those high-quality, museum-quality prints at 11 by 17 or even poster size.
Yeah, because you take a picture of your kids that's really beautiful and turn that into a painting. I mean, that's money.
That's right. For scrapbooking, it's great. There are a lot of people who love using this for scrapbooking. They download their images, get a little bit of a different look. Our professional photographers use it, even company logos, as well as a lot of different applications.
All right. A question in the back.
Is there an OS X version? I would probably really like to use this on my Mac.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic question.
It
We've
is.
actually gotten more requests to do the desktop versions of this than we have for other mobile platforms. The code is written in a way that it can actually be easily ported to any of those platforms, and it's just my partner and I right now. So this first version came out end of July. It did fantastically well. The new update is just ready now, so we're releasing that one, and then our energy gets devoted into ports, basically. And if I keep hearing things about OS X, I'll do that one before I do Android. So.
Isn't that funny? I mean, you go from an app to OS X. I mean,
It's actually a great question because, of course, most photographers use desktops for their high-quality work, and in fact, it's actually incredibly challenging to get high-quality, high-resolution imagery working on the iPad. It's doesn't quite have enough memory to deal with those sorts of things very well. We also use GPU-based algorithms to really accelerate the rendering of the things. You can see
You
it's
just
only
answered
taking a
my
few
question,
seconds.
which is I looked and couldn't find anything else out there that did this quickly.
Yeah.
Or even did this.
Yeah,
but,
we
I
come
mean,
from a history of gaming and from GPU design,
So
and so
you're-
we leveraged all of those features,
You're using
which would
the
again
firmware.
work better on a desktop than they do on the iPad. So, yeah.
So who's your target market?
target market?
Oh, well, our target market is the world.
The
But
world!
Now, the
$2.99
11ers, as
in
a
the App
general
Store.
rule, we are really targeting professional imagery. Our future apps are also targeting that area, really concentrating on the differentiation being people who actually use the application either for professional level or prosumer level or actual professional work where they're making
But no
money.
difference in price for the, like Julie, the pro photographer, or like
Nope, the app
me,
costs
the
$2.99. It's available for both the iPhone and the iPad. Soon we'll have other platforms available. Very low cost. We do have a few in-app features like the additional styles and the postcard printing or slight additional charges, but it's a very inexpensive app and it can be used to produce professional quality work.
All right, you have 19 seconds, and the pro feature is available now?
Pro features submitted to the App Store on Tuesday, should be available in a week or so. We'll have a big announcement for that. That includes the high resolution, saving metadata, all these things that photographers really want. Great way to explore artwork, great way to have fun creating really beautiful images without a lot of work.